Hi, we're going to continue now with our study of triads, or at least our initial study of them. We've taken the major, the minor, and looked at the root position, first inversion and second inversion, and we're studying them kind of within the confines of one octave, what's usually known as closed position, and we're looking at them in such a way that we could get each tone of the three triad tones on adjacent strings and have them sound harmonically. So let's jump in and do the augmented triad today. Augmenteds are not used nearly as much as others. Major and minor are used the most, and diminished probably next, and then finally augmented. But they are used, and they're definitely worth knowing. So as an aid to kind of understand them and see them a little better, one of the things we can do is look at a major triad, and then we can find the fifth and raise it, and then that will give us the augmented triad. So if we take a major triad in root position, root, major, third, fifth, and we raise that fifth voice up a half step, we get an A augmented triad. And they're kind of easy to see because you see on this string set they're just in perfect diagonal. Same with the next string set. So this would be D major, we raise that fifth and we have it. Now if we take G major triad, root, major, third, fifth, and we raise that fifth voice, which is the highest voice in root position, we get a G augmented triad. And if we take C major and raise the fifth, we get C augmented. So C augmented, a G augmented, a D augmented, and an A. Okay, that gives us root positions. Now let's go ahead and tackle the first inversion. First inversion. While we're on a roll, let's just do second inversion. Now, lest you think I've lost my mind or just forgotten my inversions, this is the kind of the trick about the augmenteds. Because of the nature of the scale and whatnot, all of the inversions on each string set are identical. So it's really pretty easy to learn all three of them. Now that doesn't mean that they're the same all over on all the string sets, but once you have the shape on one string set on that particular string set, all the inversions are the same. Let's break that down just a little bit. Let's say we head back to our A. We looked at how if we raise the fifth, we'd have A augmented triad. Now let's play an F chord triad, major triad in first inversion. And let's raise the fifth, which is now in the middle. Okay, so we get F augmented triad. Now let's play C sharp major triad in second inversion. So the fifth is on the lowest tone, the root, that C sharp's there in the middle, and the major third's on the fourth string. And let's raise the fifth, which is the lowest voice, and we get that. So you can see how that works. A C sharp augmented would come out of there. An F major triad augmented, and an A major triad augmented. And you can go through the other string sets and you'll find that that will hold true for all of them. So that gives us a look at the augmented triad, and just a couple of comments here about these triads. Up to now, we're going to come back in the next lesson and finish up with the diminished, but I just want to remind everybody that these are just a particular narrowed way to look at the triads. It's by no means meant to imply that this is the only way you can play triads. But if you can find the triad to close position, or i.e. the distance of the three voices being contained within one octave, and then you look to get them play so you can play them harmonically, one note on each string and sound each one, then this is about the only way to do it. There's a few trick ways you could use some open strings and things like that, but this is the way that you can get them in closed position, you can get them on adjacent strings, and you can sound all three tones of the triad to kind of get them in your ear all at the same time. So that concludes the augmented, and we'll come back the next time and look at the diminished.